everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another food video. Yes, finally gonna get back into doing some more of these. Hope you guys have been enjoying all the recent car content with the Gumball 3000 launch and the Triple F event, which I was just at. But obviously I wanted to get back to doing some more cooking videos. So for today, I'm just going to keep it real nice and short. We're just getting our dinner ready for tonight, and we're having steak and mushrooms. And I thought I would just film a little video for you guys on how I actually prep my mushrooms to go on top of the steak. Super simple. All you need is just a couple ingredients, and I bet, apart from maybe buying mushrooms at the store, you probably already have all the ingredients already in your house. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, as I said, guys, just real simple. Also, all you're going to need is mushrooms. For mine here, I'm using cremini mushrooms. This recipe will work with pretty much any type of mushroom that you want. Just note that if you use something a bit heavier, like a king oyster or a portobello mushroom, your cook time will be just ever so slightly longer, as they are kind of a heavier mushroom. So yeah, you need your mushrooms. And then for mine, I have just some olive oil to cook them in. A little bit of balsamic for extra flavor. I have my little custom dry herb mix here, which is just thyme, rosemary, and I don't remember what all else, but just a bunch of dry herbs which I mixed together. And then, of course, you just add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. As I said, this is going to be super fast, quick, and easy. So you have your mushrooms here. These all have already cleaned. Usually they'll come maybe a little bit dirty, so either give them a rinse off and dry them, or just run them with some damp paper towel. Happily, these ones were already pretty good, so just get in there. Don't have to be too pretty. Just go in there, rough chop them. Try to keep them as even as possible, but just kind of rough chop them however you like. I just like to, with these ones, put them on their side, hold them down, and just slice them like so. So I'll go ahead, I'll do all these. I won't bore you with me chopping all the mushrooms. So that's step one. Just cut all your mushrooms to whatever size and shape you want, and then we'll move on to the cooking process. Our mushrooms are cut. Our pan is on high. You want to start it on a high heat. You can always lower it later. So pan on high, a bit of olive oil in the pan. You can also use well, either and or butter. Just if you're going to use butter, you can go about the same amount. If you're going to use both, cut your quantities down to half and half. So normally probably about a teaspoon of butter or a teaspoon of oil. Just go half and half to use both. Oil in a pan. Grab our mushrooms straight in. You're going to hear the sizzle. Watch the oil hitting your hands. If you have a lot of mushrooms like I do here, you're going to want to do this in two stages. Let the first ones cook down a little bit, then add the rest in, or get a bigger pan if you so choose. But all we're going to do now is just, once again, on a high heat, get them in there, move them around a bit, and you're going to start to see pretty quickly they're going to start to cook and shrink down a little bit. Once these start to shrink down a bit is when you can go ahead and add in the rest of them. If your pan seems a little bit dry, you can always just top it up just ever so slightly with a bit more oil. You're going to want to cook in a dry pan. And also at this stage, you can go ahead and start adding your seasoning. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And we're going to take our little herb mix here. You guys don't have to put this in if you have this at home. You can do it, or as an added bonus, since we're going to be putting these on top of steaks, if you marinated your steaks in any kind of dry rub, you can go ahead and throw some of that on the mushrooms as well. It just adds the extra flavor to the top. So we'll put in our herb mix. I'm going a little bit extra because remember I'm doing this in two batches. And then go ahead, give it a stir, and you can see there, they're starting to get some color onto them. They're starting to shrink down a little bit. You can see I have more space in my pan. Try not to flip your mushrooms all over your stove. And then as these are cooking down a little bit, I can take a few more mushrooms, dump them all in there, and we're good to go. So yeah, pretty much at this point, you just want to let your mushrooms cook down. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll come back once they're cooked down, and I'll show you guys how we finish this off. So it's been, well, a couple seconds in the video for you guys, obviously. It's only been about a minute or two in real time for me, and you can see how much we've cooked down. Now don't worry so much about the liquid on the side. If you let them simmer later, the liquid will all go away. Or if you want, you can strain it off. But at this point, once they're starting to cook down like this before they're fully done, is when we take our balsamic vinegar here. And you don't need a whole lot, just a little shot over the top like that. Just add some extra flavor to it. You're going to see it instantly darken. Of course, once we give it a stir up, it's going to darken even more. And then actually, I think I will, off camera, I will go strain it out because that's a bit more liquid than I want. Of course, it all comes out of the mushrooms themselves. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm just going to let this cook down. So there we go, everyone. That's just a simple little quick and easy mushroom recipe that you guys could throw together for any day of the week, really. As I mentioned, we're having steaks tonight. I'm going to throw these on top of the steaks to add some extra flavor to them. But you can really cook these and they go well with anything. Or you can just cook up the mushrooms, put them on a bowl on the side, and eat them as they are. So if you guys enjoyed the video, as always, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.